Hello everyone, this is the Walrus Clown here, and today we have a request from the comments section. The movie tie-in cartoon Alienators Evolution Continues. Or, if you are from PAL regions like I suspect the commenter was, Evolution the Animated Series. Otter, roll the intro please! Now, seeing how this is an animated continuation / tie-in of a live action movie, I feel I have to give a small synopsis of that so everyone is on the same page. Okay, so Mulder from X-Files plays a college professor named Ira who, with his geologist friend Harry, find alien life forms that came from a meteor that crashed in a cave in the Arizona desert. After the military shows up, they find out that the creatures are evolving at a hyper rate, and that the creatures are running amok throughout the local town, and will overthrow the Earth if not stopped. With the help of a fireman in training, a guy named Wayne, they find out that the aliens die if they are exposed to the element selenium, which is coincidentally the active ingredient in Head & Shoulders. After the military screws up by dropping napalm on the aliens, which causes most of them to die save for the simplest life form, which becomes what is essentially a starfish kaiju, the science team uses a souped-up fire truck to blow Head & Shoulders up its rectum, which causes it to blow up. Then the mayor, Dan Aykroyd, gives them medals and the movie ends. Anywho, now moving on to the technicals and characters of the cartoon that I was actually asked to review. And now that that's out of the way, on to the technicals and characters. Made in 2001, the same year as the movie was released, the cartoon lasted for 26 episodes and was created by TAS, the name you see on screen, and produced by our old buddies over at Dick. And is about two scientists, Ira Kane and Harry Block, and a fireman in training, Wayne Gray, and a character that was made specifically for the cartoon and by far the best character, Lieutenant Lucy Mai, who is by far the fan favorite if this pile of crap actually had a fan base. And their alien not actually a dog named Gassy that Ira made, as they go around stopping rapidly evolving alien creatures that arrived here as single-celled organisms on a meteor in the Arizona desert to prevent them from using their rapid evolution abilities to take over every niche in every environment and push every native life form to extinction, which eventually includes humanity itself. All the while putting up with General Russell Woodman trying to undermine them at every level out of some misplaced animosity about how Ira, Wayne, and Harry got a handshake and a personal thank you from the in-universe president of the United States. In the movie, the aliens follow real-world evolution, natural selection, beneficial mutations, and the ilk, and only appear to change into new species so fast because their lifespans are so short that evolutionary progress can be made in a couple of hours to a day. And this is one of the disconnects with the movie and the show. In the cartoon, they appear to be using the Kirk Cameron crocodile giving birth to a duck young earth straw man interpretation of how evolution works. More on that later. Anywho, on to something that I feel that I need to bring up with the art style. It feels like they wanted to copy the art style and darker yet still okay for kids style of storytelling the Accolade production used for MIB the Animated Series, the cartoon adaptation of the 2000s American Godzilla film, and the Extreme Ghostbusters. But chickened out halfway through doing both. I don't need to go into explanations of the former. I'll just put a montage here comparing monsters from the cartoon to its contemporaries mentioned starting now. See, it's like Diet Accolade. It's really distracting once you notice it. There's a fine line between being inspired by something and ripping it off, and as far as character design is concerned, I think it more than crosses it. Anywho, now for an example of how the show's writing and storytelling were trying to be a diet version of Accolade Productions' usual wheelhouse. In the episode Don't Drink the Water, the aliens, the genus, which is what the aliens are called in this, turn into a virus-like life form and starts turning people they infect into monsters via them consuming contaminated water in an attempt to do child-friendly body horror. But they half-ass it. Just look at it. I'm not shocked they put that in a kid's show like I was in the body horror episode of Extreme Ghostbusters Deadliners. I just think of them as cheap knockoffs of the 80s Ghostbusters monsters. Ira does some technobabble, experiments on Wayne to make an antidote, but accidentally makes it so that Wayne is part genus now, and as a result, now has the ability to temporarily mutate to help fight the genus. An ability he keeps until the end of the series, in case you were wondering how this episode ends. Anywho, now on to how the show doesn't understand how evolution works. As stated before, the live-action film had the aliens be able to evolve super fast because their lifespans were so short that evolutionary progress could be made in a few hours to a day, but otherwise followed what we understand to be terrestrial evolution to a T. In this cartoon, however, they try to go for a young Earth creationist straw man about how evolution works. We'll use the mammoth genus from the episode Fire and Ice as our example. By the time the alienators get to France, which is the location for the episode, the genus has become a creature that has evolved to take advantage of the most abundant food source, trees and wood, and basically fill an open niche that has been left open in all of Europe and the Americas since the mammoths, mastodons, and giant ground sloths went extinct at the end of the last glaciation period. If the writers knew how evolution worked, they would have had it so that unless the evolutionary pressure changed, evolution would have let them keep doing what they were doing and be herbivorous wood eaters. And only mutations that had an immediate benefit to eating trees would stick. Here they just reproduce once and turn into meat-eating, Yeti, Muppet-looking things. That is not how evolution works. Unless there is a mutation that lets certain individuals eat meat, and then the environmental pressure changes to favor the meat-eating ones over the tree-eaters, they would stay being tree-eaters. And they wouldn't just magically go from mammoth beavers to having primate-like thumbs. That's not how evolution works, despite what Kirk Cameron, Kent Hovind, and their ilk tell people in an attempt to strawman evolution in an attempt to disprove it. There is no such thing as a crocoduck. You don't become a new kind of creature, you don't outgrow your evolutionary ancestry. Humans are derived apes, therefore are still apes. Apes are derived monkeys, therefore are still monkeys. Monkeys are derived dry-nosed parsimians, therefore are still dry-nosed parsimians. So on and so forth. Another thing about this show in particular that got under my thick walrus blubber is the irritating theme song. First of all, the lyrics are lazy, and it feels like once again they were trying to crib off Accolade's notes by having it feel like they wanted to have something that felt similar to the Extreme Ghostbusters opening, but changed it halfway through production from blues rock to grunge rock to hide their lazy, thieving hackery. Here, take a listen. See what I mean? Lazy, lazy, lazy. Anywho, normally I would go into how this could have saved itself, but for the first time in the history of this show, I can't think of one. Anywho, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, and turn on notifications. See you next time, everyone. Ooh. Ooh. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe here at the Unslate. Don't forget to turn the notifications on and watch another video and subscribe here at the Unslate. Goodbye.